3 Brilliant Minutes, sponsored by the brilliant attorneys at Jansen Law Firm.
Well, hello, Brad.
Greetings. I want to begin with a question. Those of you at home, I want you to think about this. Chris, I want you to actually answer the question. But do you find with a change of seasons that your sleep habits or needs change?
I'd probably say I would like to sleep more in the winter than in the summer.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. And I personally have very vivid dreams in winter. I don't know why, but I think this study might actually shed a little bit of light on it. It's a study that actually comes out of Germany, and they say we probably do need more sleep in winter, okay? Now, it's a secondary study. That is to say, there was this study, and this was a separate study, but they looked at the data from this study to come to that conclusion. Correct, okay? So in the original study, it was 292 patients that had sleep studies done. They had difficulty sleeping. They go into a dark room. They monitor their brain activity through the sleep event. Now, some of these had to be excluded. Some of the patients were taking certain medications for sleep, and also some people had known REM sleep disorders, that rapid eye movement. So they were left with 188 patients after they went through that screening process. And what they found is that total sleep time appeared to be about an hour longer in winter than in summer, and that important REM sleep, the dream sequence, was 30 minutes longer in winter than in summer. And they point out that REM sleep is known to be directly linked to our circadian rhythms in our bodies, which is affected by changing light. Okay, so they say we need to replicate this study in the general population, and if it is true, we should consider adjusting work schedules and school schedules to accommodate the longer sleep need in winter.
I hope our boss is paying attention right now so we can adjust our work schedules. I appreciate that, Brad. Appreciate it.
All right, our next study today is about wine. You know, fine wines have a very distinctive flavor, and it's attributed to the growers, what type of grapes they have, the soil they're grown in, the climate, you know, and some of these have been in business for hundreds of years. So the wines have a very distinct flavor. But that's where the problem lies, because now connoisseurs of wine are having a hard time identifying the wine because the flavors are being altered. This is a study that comes out of the European Union, and they should be concerned. They're the world's top producer of wine. 64% of the global output of wine comes from the European Union, and that's about $18 billion worth of money per year.
That's a lot of grapes.
It certainly is. So here's the problem, Chris. With the changing climate, grapes are ripening quicker and earlier, which increases their sugar content, which creates a higher alcohol content, which influences the flavor, and the acidity drops, which again alters the flavor. Okay? So what they are doing, and French wines are highly regulated, but regulators are now allowing them to actually blend different grapes into that wine to help restore what was considered their typical flavor. It's a little controversial because it's not quite what it was. They also say one other thing growers might want to do is resort to picking up your grapes or taking samples, planting them elsewhere.
Moving your vines?
Yep. So who would
climate change? Don't mess with my grapes now.
Correct.
Don't mess with my
A little bit of a surprise finding.
No, don't do that. All right, Brad.